Guys, ammunition for this video has been provided by Browne Works, Inc., manufacturer of fine custom handgun grips. If you guys are looking for very unique, very customized handgun grips for your favorite handgun, contact Mark at Browne Works, Inc., link in the description below, and create something beautiful for your favorite handgun. And don't forget to tell them Wyoming Gun Project sent you. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. So today we are going to take a look at a very cool, in my opinion, a very cool AR-15. This is the Colt M5. So it is the modernized AR-15 released by Colt. It's super cool, man. Let's just go over some of the features of this sucker. It does have a unique receiver. As you can see here, this has a very unique receiver to the Colt line. This has a bolt release on the right side. That's the most glaring, I think, in feature to stand out right there. This has a proprietary upper receiver, as you can see right there. This part right here is part of the upper, so it's proprietary to fit the rail. You have a Colt branded rail there. I think this is a 15-inch rail, M-lock. I believe this is mid-length gas system, or is that a carbine length? Not sure on that one. I thought I knew, and now I'm drawing a blank. You guys let me know. Is that mid-length or is that carbine length? That might be carbine length. You know, your standard aluminum rail. I do dig a little weight savings thing they did by drilling out all these holes on the top there. That's very cool. Saves a little bit of weight. Standard bird cage flash hide, bird cage. I can't even speak. Flash hider. This rifle. So at the time of filming this, Colt, and I understand it's for economic reasons, it's my understanding Colt subcontracts a lot of their parts, but their barrel, bolt, and bolt carrier at the least will be Colt military spec. And I think if we look in there, is it upside down? You will see, let me zoom in on this. You will see the cage code, 13.6, is that what that says? 13.629. MP, is that magnetic particle tested, 556 NATO 1 and 7. So this is a military, if it's got the cage code on it, that's like legit Colt stuff. The rest, I believe, like I said, is subcontracted to keep the cost down, although this is not a cheap rifle. Standard mag release button, although the fence has changed. They kind of have this raised portion right here for the hammer and trigger pin. Ambi safety in this side is short, which I like a lot because on my Daniel Defense, if you have full-size ambi safeties, it just digs in to the knuckle of my trigger finger. This comes with Troy sights. One little detail I think I dig about this Troy sight, look how it is textured there. So when you grab it, you have some texture to be able to snap it up into place. I like that. That's a little detail I dig. On that Troy front sight. Rear doesn't need it because you can just grab it. But they are, as you can see, they are Troy Industries front and rear sight. Handguard keys into the top there to prevent, that's an anti-rotation thing. This one's got a little crimson trace red dot on it that PSA was blowing out a while back. I bought two or three of them because they were really cheap, and I figured I'd have the rifles to put them on eventually, and so I had it sitting around. I just threw this on this Colt for this video. Radian Raptor. This is a Colt branded, and as you can see, this is a brand new rifle. This is a Colt branded Radian Raptor charging handle that you can operate from either side, which is very cool. Magpul MOE furniture, buttstock on here. The castle nut is staked in at least let's see here. Castle nut is staked there and there. The castle nut is staked in 2 places. Standard A2 pistol grip, curved mag pull trigger guard. Let's go on this other side. Now, it's my understanding also that these rifles that have this, because there's a couple of these rifles that have kind of proprietary uppers and stuff, require a special bushing wrench to get the barrel off. So be aware of that. Let's just look at this side of the rifle. So we have our standard bolt release right here. We have an ambi mag release. So you get a mag release on the left side, a mag release on the right side. Standard military, mil-spec trigger on this sucker. Guys, this is a beautiful rifle, but it's really expensive. I want to say these retail for about $2K, and you can find them for $18. I got lucky. This one popped up for $15.79, I think. Again, manual reviewer, YouTube manual reviewer. If you're watching this, I am not selling this rifle. I'm not selling any guns. I'm just letting the folks know what I paid for this rifle and why I jumped on it when it went on sale, because it was, $300 off the price of that. So I was lucky I had the money and I jumped on it. I think this rifle is very cool, man. A couple of things though. I think for me, so far, it's been my experience. This is my third Colt AR-15 rifle. And they've all been great so far. Some of them have the forging marks, and you'll see it on this one. I don't know if that's a mistake. I don't know if they're doing that on purpose, because that's how the military guns, because the military doesn't really care as long as they work. I don't know. But when you get lower budget in rifles that don't have some of these forging marks in the receivers and stuff, you're kind of like, wait, what? So I think one of my biggest gripes, I have not fired this rifle. This is unfired. We are going to fire the first shots out of this Colt here on the live fire portion of this review. But one of the things I don't understand, it's not that I don't like it, I just don't understand it. Why Colt would go to the trouble of making a rifle spec'd out as good as this. You got the Magpul MOE stock, butt stock, right? You got the Magpul curved trigger guard. You got the Colt branded Radian Raptor charging handle. You have Troy metal flip up iron sights on this rifle, okay? And then you throw a standard A2 stock grip on there. What is that? Why didn't you throw the MOE one? Why don't you just go all MOE? Like, what is the... I don't understand that. Again, it doesn't bother me. It's just kind of like a decision. I don't understand what was the point of that if you're gonna... But I don't know. I don't know what that deal is. Also, after watching Chris, I think his name's Chris Bartucci, Small Arms Solutions channel, he does amazing job. No, the guy's a Colt guru, especially when it comes to rifles and stuff. He mentioned that they did make a short run where this operated as a bolt release and a bolt hold open. You can kind of operate it that way. Let me close it right here. I wonder if Masada you went meow. You can kind of like put your finger under this, lift it up, and it will lock open. But I don't think it was intended for that. There was apparently a short run where this operated both ways. I don't know if it was something out here that they did. I'm not too sure. But this one does operate, I think it's intended to operate as a bolt release only, and that's super cool. This did come with a bunch of other stuff, like it came with a Magpul 30 round mag. So there you go. There's another one. You give it a Magpul mag. I like the aluminum for the vibe, for the retro look. I love the look of the used patinaed aluminum GI mags. That's just me. It's an aesthetic choice, not a reliability one. We'll probably shoot it with a Magpul. I think the Magpul it came with stills in the package. But it did come with some Picatinny rail sections, some plastic handguard covers for all that kind of jazz, and some accessories and stuff like that. So yeah, this is a really good looking rifle. I'm not gonna take it apart because it's got oil and stuff all over it still. Again, it's been sitting in the safe now for months. I haven't taken it out and fired it because I got so many other guns already done and in the queue to go. But now this one is up and its time is coming. So again, I have taken it apart, and it is a Colt bolt, a C for the bolt and a C for the carrier. So you get the bolt, carrier, and barrel are all Colt military stuff. So there it is, guys. Let's take this bad boy out to the range and just see how she shoots. Okay, folks, live fire portion of this review. We have our Colt M5. We have a P-Mag with some 5.56 in it. Now, these are the very first shots out of this gun. We're going to see if this bolt release works. Yep. Very first shots out of this gun. Kind of a quick little function test to see if it works or if we're going to have any problems. So here we go. Looks like it works so far. Man, it is ridiculously windy out here today, but I know you're not surprised by that because it is Wyoming. So we're going to struggle through. Hopefully I got the noise wind cancellation going pretty good on my mic. I think I do. We're just going to keep firing it up with this Colt, man. So far, so good, but you know, that was only 10 rounds or whatever. I must say I dig all these like extra controls on here and you know, the extra mag release and stuff like that. But I will say it's kind of, so if you're going to come up and use this lever, you see how my finger's sitting so you come up, you insert the mag, right? And if I wanted to use this, it's you kind of got to do an awkward kind of finger bend thing to hit that. You know what I mean? Like you can either do the standard, come up, thumb, forward, or you can use the new one, insert the mag, and come up here. But it's kind of awkward to hit that. I know it looks to hit that, so you kind of have to bend your finger to release it, but not a big deal. So yeah, let's just keep seeing how this sucker shoots. Recoil it actually feels like pretty good recoil in here. It's got a heavy buffer in it and everything, so. Okay, folks, so I'm running a variety of 5.56 and 223 ammo here today. Most of it is this Winchester 55 grain M193. We got a little bit of Arms Core 223, and I even brought out a box of Tula steel ammo because a lot of people subscribe to the opinion if it can't shoot steel, it doesn't deserve brass. So I bought out, my dwindling supply of this. I brought out one box, see if it'll at least run one box of steel case ammo. So right now we got some 5.56 in the box. Let's just see how that works out. Okay, folks, so we're going to check the ejection pattern on this rifle. Ideally for an AR-15, if it's timed correctly, meaning if it's gassed properly and the buffer's the right weight and everything, there is a timing to a semi-automatic rifle in the AR-15. If it's timed correctly, ideally you want ejection about 3 o'clock, maybe a little past it. But if it's going too far forward, there can be indications of all kinds of stuff going on. So ideally you want it about 3 o'clock. So we're just going to see where this rifle is ejecting at. That's pretty good, man. That's almost right on 3 o'clock. I hope the camera picked that up. Okay, folks, so we got 20 rounds of Tula Steel Case 223. We're just going to see how well this stuff shoots. So it worked perfect. Let's, you know what? Let's go and get the final thoughts. Okay, folks, final thoughts on the Colt M5. I think it's great, man. This rifle, the recoil impulse on this rifle is awesome. I think it's timed pretty much perfectly, man. Now, after the tabletop, I did take it apart and wipe it down, clean it, give it a little bit of oil. I noticed it does have a heavy buffer in it. It shoots great. Build quality on this one is great. No real issues to speak of. The ambi safety, I dig how they shorten it on that side. Unlike my Daniel Defense, it doesn't dig into my finger there. I dig the bolt release lever right here. It's kind of cool, although you do have to do kind of an awkward finger thing. But you have to do that with the mag release too. So it's not that big of a deal. Is it necessary? I don't know. We've gotten so used to the controls on these rifles after 50, 60 years that, you know, it's not a necessity, but it's kind of cool. And if you're one of the guys that likes to, you know, do the strip, maybe you're going to strip the mag out, put it in a dump pouch or something, and come up with a new one. This mag release lever right there is pretty cool. Yeah, I dig the proprietary upper in this rail, the Colt branding, the Troy sights. Now, I did notice, again, like I said, I hadn't fired a shot out of this. So I fired the initial shots so I could get the first shots on camera. Then I went ahead and took a few rounds off camera and sighted it in. And I did notice that I had to put the rear sight pretty far to the left to get it to sight in. I mean, it's hitting now. It's hitting right on. But yeah, kind of had to move that sight pretty far to the left there. But it's centered. I had enough range in the rear sight to get it sighted in, and it is. All in all, man, I think this is a great rifle. I still am kind of perplexed why they went with, you know, Magpul. A Magpul mag came with it, a Magpul curved trigger guard, Magpul buttstock. Throw a standard A2 grip on there. Again, it doesn't make a difference. You can still shoot it, but it was just kind of like, kind of a weird design choice for me. I did bring out 2 mags, a Magpul and this, what is this one? A LaBelle, old military aluminum mag. I still dig these, man. I think they're awesome. They're such a vibe. What's this one? LaBelle. I put a Magpul gray follower in it. Worked great. We shot 160 rounds out of it. And out here today, a mix of Arms Core, Winchester, and even the final last 20 were Tula. Worked great. So all in all, man, I'll do periodic updates on this rifle. I think it is great. If I really wanted to, like, do anything to this, you know, put a Geisley in it because it does have a mil-spec trigger. But other than that, man, this is a very cool rifle. Colt, you outdid yourselves in this one. So there it is, guys. Thanks for watching. We will see you next time.